Great. We have gotten through the entire season of Lent. We are now in Holy Week. And much of what we have endured, much of what we have sacrificed and prayed, we are now going to see the fruits of what we have done. The gospel for today comes from Matthew 26, 14 to 25. It speaks primarily of the betrayal of Judas, when Jesus notified the 12 that one among us will betray him. And they were all surprised about it. I don't know why, but a lot of what Jesus says relates to his teachings on how he approaches people and how he approaches life. Jesus said, you should come to reveal what you have done and bring it to the person so that they may reveal their true intentions. Jesus said, one of the 12 who was called Judas Iscariot went to the chief priests and said, what are you willing to give me if I hand him over to you? They paid him 30 pieces of silver, and from that time on, he looked for an opportunity to hand him over. Once Julius Caesar said, every man has his price, and Judas proved that. I am not quite convinced that every man has his price, but Jesus paid the ultimate price for one man's sins. And this is one of the deep saddening parts of Holy Week, that Jesus paid for our sins. And 30 pieces of silver may seem like a tangible amount, but we all paid in some way eventually. And Jesus had to pay by his own life. I think the whole story is remarkable, that God gave his only begotten Son so that we may have everlasting life. In this way, I think all the 40 days of Lent is going to bear fruit for those who would have sacrificed and done penance and so on, prayed, meditated, and the overall season gives a reflective mode. And interestingly enough, it comes almost after Christmas season, where it is a festive season and so on. And we again remember the high point of why we are all Christians. We are Christians because Jesus died for us and we believed. Then Jesus said, when it was evening, he reclined at the table with the 12 while we were eating. And so, even though he knew someone was betraying him, he still sat among and shared a meal. Always sharing a meal. So you find even in today's society, we socialize like this. And from this, we realize that Jesus is one of peace and love, always sharing with us. We take this through our Holy Week. Thank you for sharing with us.